Hey, 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 hey. What up? What up? It's your boy D Train. Yeah, buddy. I'm about to get it in, man. I don't even know what the name of this thing is. I just tried to put everything up there so I could like look at it and be like, oh, that's what I'm talking about. Yes. Hey, you know what though? I do know one thing. I got my guitar. My one of my best friends in the world sold me this guitar, rest in peace to Jerry. But check it out. I'm gonna get some practice in, but at the same time be talking some hey, oh yeah, before I like drop the S bomb, put the babies to bed. This is a late night show, so I don't wanna like offend anybody's babies. So, now is the time. Ring. All right, there you go. That was your I don't want to say warning. I'm not going to be like, "Way blah blah," maybe. I don't think so, but I know what I was about to say and I didn't want to offend any like young listening ears. So yeah, I was listening to some Owen Benjamin earlier today, man. I like that dude. The crazy thing about Owen though is that somebody, the way I see him right now is the way like this young lady at one point said to me when I was just lighting people up on Facebook or just just like lashing out maybe you know and I was just like you get a hold of some information, man. It's just like, oh man, they doing this to me. You know what I'm saying? It's like, ouch. This is for real. So I was watching this show, and he was talking about some Otis and some Radiohead, Creep. I was like, oh man, I like that song, Creep, dude. What's up? And he said he liked the song, but it's amazing how people they put like codes almost in songs. But I don't know. Sometimes you gotta like I remember one time I was in English class, right? And this young lady, I remember, I forget her name to this day, but if I see her, I remember, right? But she was like, how do we know this book means what everybody's saying it means? What if it's just a book and he just wrote it and we're just making more of it than it really is? I mean, which is a valid question, right? Because we got all these like classics, and the classics are the classics. They classics for a reason, right? Or are they? Or do we just like say, "Oh man, this the wind represented the tumultuous times." So I was like, "All right, yeah, you got a point there, young lady." Of course, we were like what 16 or you know but this same young lady, man, I remember her in math class. And I don't even remember like I was, in math like when I was a junior, I was in what? Like calculus or something. I don't remember. It was like maybe it was like algebra like 2 or some shit. I don't know. It was like something crazy. And this same young lady, I guess the teacher and her were having some conversation, back and forth. I wasn't paying attention to it because it was just like, and then she called him a jackass. I was like, Screech. I was like, holy shit, dude. This student called a teacher a jackass. I was like, wow, holy, what's gonna happen, man? I thought like, and then I guess he sent her to the principal's office or something. I don't know, man. But anyway, I was back to Owen Benjamin, man. Owen Benjamin, man, he be lighting. Look, if you sway to the wrong side, baby, it's like, yo, it's on, man. Like, wow, how could you do that? Like, I remember the Jordan Peterson, the Joe Rogan, and I understand that too, man. Like your whole reality changes, and you start to see things a completely different way, and you just want to be like, world, check this shit out. Hey, world. Hey, I can't play this damn thing because I don't practice it at all. But I've been practicing the busker style so far because it's the closest thing I can get to playing something that sounds like something. Like I can play a D chord, and then I could go from there to a G, to a C, and then I guess it's a F. Yeah. So it's like, man, the reality just hit your ass and be like, pow, just send you up against the damn ropes, and you just want to shout it to the world. But he started in on my boy Radiohead, and I was like, dude, I just did a damn, like, I had my electric bass out. Remember that shit? It was like a while back. Hold on, where's that? I'm gonna get a live screen. I'm gonna sing that bad boy. Oh yeah, I got something else for y'all too. I got something else for you. Yeah. I'm gonna screen share so y'all can sing it along with me. I don't even know if I could play these chords. I'm gonna be straight up with you. But I guess I just had a different take on that creep song slightly, you know. But he made a really good point about it, which was that a lot of times in music, man, they make it soothing and kind of seductive in a way. Some of these people, and and they kind of code certain language, I guess, into it so that you're saying things, but it doesn't click what you're really saying because you like the mode so much. You know what I mean? It's like you feel in the groove so much that it's like, what are you really saying? But I guess I had a different take on the words. So I don't know if I can get these chords right. So it says C, right? Let's see here. Boom, C. When you were here before, couldn't look you in the eye. I don't know if that's the right shit, but I'm gonna just play it. You're just like an angel. Oh, that's down here. Your skin makes me cry. I don't know how to do the F minor, but check this out, dude. Yeah. Yeah, he's right about that shit about the skin makes me cry shit though. If a dude says that, he's just, come on. I give you one on that one, Owen. You right. You float like a feather. Where's that C at? Uh, in a beautiful world. I wish I was special. Yeah, this is the F. Or is it? You're so fucking special. Where's the C? But I'm just a creep. I'm a weirdo. Where's that E? Damn, I can't. There's the E. Yeah, this is guitar practice. Yeah, shit don't sound good. Yeah, I'm a weirdo. See, now that's the part. I think I really think the dude has poetic license on that for real though. Because I think what he's saying, he's trying to juxtapose. I just really wanted to use that word juxtapose right there. That's all that was. I had to say juxtapose. Yeah. He had to juxtapose her floating like a feather and him wanting to be just like a normal dude. Cause like you know how we get when we young. He wrote this when he was younger, dude. Yeah, I mean, come on. So it's like that younger kind of sense of things, man. You see that girl over there and you kind of shy. He's a musician anyway, so if he wrote this song, he's a musician. That was probably his refuge. You know what I'm saying? I like that D chord though. That D chord. Yeah, so he had a refuge in music, you know what I'm saying? He couldn't like really talk to the girls probably. I don't know, he's probably like all up in there, but I'm just saying. Yeah, so he probably saw that girl. He didn't know how to talk to her. He probably just knew how to play the guitar or something. In a beautiful world. That was probably just the way he saw the thing when he saw her. It was just a beautiful world, but he just wished he was special because she was so fucking special. But I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. Yeah, man, he's just a weirdo, man. It's like playing his guitar and shit, just being in a band. Probably had long hair and like looking weird. Say, how could she want somebody like me? Just like in Skater Boy, you know what I mean? Skater Boy. You remember Skater Boy? He was a girl. I mean, he was a boy. She was a, can I make it any more obvious? Na, 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 na. And her friends had her thinking that he wasn't shit. He probably thought that that's how she was. You know what I mean? Oh man, he's just got the long hair, playing the guitar and shit. He sucks. You know, he's not really good. Maybe he is smart. Maybe he's just not good in school. Maybe he is good in school. He's just like good at certain things. You know what I'm saying? But she just like looks good. She smells good. Hell, her fart even smells good. She farted one day in class and then said, oops. And then he was like, you know what? That ain't that too damn bad. You know what I mean? Hell, that's a pretty good little tutor. Mm. You still with me, Owen? Come on, Owen. Hey, we're gonna start a band once I learn how to play this thing. So yeah, man, that's all that was. And you just wonder what the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. How do I play that F again? Right there. Is that it? What the hell am I doing here? But I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. That's an F minor. That's that chord. I don't know. I don't care if it hurts. I want to have control. I want a perfect body. I want a perfect soul. I want you to notice when I'm not around. You're so fucking special. I wish I was special. Mm, come on, man. You can get with that. I don't care if it hurts. I want to have control. I want a perfect body. I mean, again, dude, the homeboy was young. You know what I'm saying? Who don't want a This is probably when like Arnold Schwarzenegger was still like trying to like flex his muscles and be in movies, and all the dudes was working out, flexing on the beach. I don't know where this dude is from. He's probably watching a lot of TV. You know, he had this like headband on. You know, his like sweat headband. He was probably watching Goonies, working out with the like, trying to do something, playing the guitar in this little band. You know, he probably couldn't grow the muscles like them dudes on the team. You know what I'm saying? He wants a perfect soul, but he wants that girl too, though. He says, I wanna feel like I'm like I want to feel like I'm doing the right thing, but shit, I got these tendencies too, man. I'm like weird. I'm just a weirdo, man. Shit. I just want you to notice when I'm not around. Mm. I wonder what D Train's doing. what's what's good old D Train? I mean, like how's D Train doing right now? I just wonder. What is D Train? You know what I'm saying? The hell You know, you're so special. I wish I was special. Yeah. But I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. Hey, I'm just getting my calluses straight, dude. I'm not like trying. I mean, I wish I could get these chords right, but like my fingers are still. I mean, they're not soft because I do a lot of like shit with my hands and whatnot. But it's like it's like guitar soft. you know, that's like a special kind of like toughness. you know, like I gotta get my hand. It's cold out here, dude. I'm in the garage, man. I don't want to wake my wife up. The Hungarian. She's funny though. Yeah, I don't belong here. She's running out the door. She's running. She run. Whatever makes you happy. Whatever you want. You're so fucking special. I wish I was special. But I'm a creep. Yeah, I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Yeah, man. Sometimes you just feel like you don't belong. But yeah, then he like pivoted, man. He was like, yo, let's talk about Otis Redding. I was like, dude, that's why that's my dude, man. I love Otis. And he said the same thing I said. He was like, man, Otis Redding died at 26 years old. And if you listen to the music that man put out, you just be like, how is that 26? You know what I mean? Like, how did that get put into like how did that soul? I mean, is that the soul of a 26-year-old in like whatever the freaking year that is? You know what I'm saying? And then you got to look at the greats of that era and even before. See, we about to get deep into it right now, man. That's like some craziness, man. Can you imagine like Otis Redding, 26. He died at 26. So all of that great music came like 25, 24. You know what I'm saying? It's like before that. Man. So I was like, hey, I'm gonna look up me some Otis Redding. Can I play a G? Sitting in the morning sun. Is that a B? Damn, I don't know how to play a B yet. I'll be sitting in the evening sun. Oh, I gotta go back to G. Damn. Watching the ships roll in, then I'll watch them roll away again. Lillian, you know you want to say Lillian. Come on, man. Y'all know y'all love some daggone like Eddie Murphy. Every time I sing that, I just want to say Lillian. Everybody want to say Lillian. Hey, is this thing on? Is this thing on? Okay, good. We're live. Can y'all hear me now? All right. Left my home in Georgia. Left my home in Georgia. Headed for the Frisco Bay. Yeah. I had nothing to live for. Look like nothing's gonna come my way. Yeah, I'm just sitting. Yeah, man. You know which one I love? It's like you can't just love. It's like he's just like Lay's potato chip, man. You can't just love one of his songs, man. You just hear it. You hear his voice, and it's like, okay, I love the song, whatever it is he's singing, I love it. Hey, he sang a song called Fa 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 Fa. That's how good he was. He named a song. I'm gonna sing it for you. I mean, you have to go look it up. It's called Fa. Look it up. Fa 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 fa. Fa 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 fa. Oh yeah, fa 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 fa. Come on, man. Who can make who can make that sound good? Otis. Otis Redding. Yeah, man. Otis is the man. Oh, you know what? That actually didn't sound too bad. That did. I mean, I was riffing off that, dude. I felt good playing that. That was pretty good. What was that? G C, and maybe an E. That's what's up. I like it. And then I thought about this one song I I used to play back in the day when I was trying to like really dedicate myself. Yeah. You got to always try to do a what you call a Bob Marley song. Here we go. Come on, Bob. I think I was trying to do this on the what you call too. Um the bass, electric bass guitar. Okay. Oh, pirates, yes, they rob I. Sold I to the merchant ships. Minutes after they took I from the bottomless pit. But my hand was made strong by the hand of the Almighty. We forward in this generation triumphantly. Won't you help to sing these songs of freedom? Is all I oops is all I ever had. Oh man, I gotta add that D in there, dude. That D, that you know what? That C and that G was sounding pretty good. I think I can get from C to G. That D is gonna be a little tricky, but I had to try it, man. I had to try it. Hey, I'm gonna be back in a minute. I'm gonna do the and I'm gonna play that Einstein and Snoop Dogg interview. Yeah, just like entertain yourselves for a minute and I'll be right back. Hey. Yeah, I'm back. Let me put these headphones back on so I could hear what I normally hear, I guess. Hear what I was hearing before. Yeah, let's give you a screen share, a non-screen share screen. Yeah, you get to see me. What's up? Hey, man. So check it out, dude. One, two, 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2. Make sure y'all can hear everything. Otherwise, everything I just did, you wouldn't have been able to hear. But anyway, so the other day I was like hanging out with me. Actually, you know, it was just me. I don't want y'all to think that I was actually hanging out with some people because, you know, that would be like throwing you off and like lying. I mean, but but really and truly, I was hanging out with me, and that's like awesome. I mean, I know a lot of people wish they could like do that, but I get to be me, so I get to hang out with me all the time, and it's so awesome. I love it. And I was thinking, right? I was talking to myself. I was like, "Yo, man, if you could like hear two people talking to each other in an interview or just like hanging out and shit, like who would it be? Just like any time in history. It doesn't even have to be you. Like, I know a lot of people say like, yo, who would you like to speak to and ask questions of in history? And you just be thinking, oh man, Jesus. Right. Adam. Albert Einstein. Let's see. I mean, how does he talk? You know what I'm saying? Like what kind of activator does he use or something? You know what I mean? Like what what? Right. So I was like, you know what? I thought it would be cool if Snoop Dogg and Albert Einstein would like hang out and talk and just like chill together, right? And so I started thinking, I was like, man, like what could they talk about? Like how would that, you know what I'm saying? Your imagination. So my imagination, it went something like this, I guess. Sup, Knackle? How are you doing, Mr. Snoop Dogg? So this is my Snoop Dogg imitation. It's not very good, what's the deal with all this uh theory? What is it? Relative, what is your story? This is, well, Mr. Snoop, imagine this. Okay. Imagine if you were on a ray of light. Hold up, hold up, hold up, hold up. Nigga, is you crazy? No, 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 no. Stick with me here. Imagine if you were on a ray of light, and stay with me because you may get to shoot a gun. Oh, okay. Okay. We talking now. Imagine if you were on a ray of light and you were just traveling through time. And I'm pretty sure he didn't. Albert Einstein didn't really talk like this. This is just how he talks in through my vernacular, and my ability to make that happen is like less than stellar, but that's okay. And you had a gun, and you could just shoot me through out the gun as you were traveling at the speed of light. You know what? This is Snoop. So you know what? I'm beginning to like you. You's a crazy motherfucker, but I like you. I like the way you think, man. I like the way you think. So I get to shoot you out of a gun on a bullet while I'm traveling through the space and time at the speed of light. Nigga, please. You ain't never catching up to me. I'm Snoop D-O double G. I'm starting to think about that shit now. The fuck, man? What was he on, man? Like, I mean, cause think about it. From the way I remember it, like Albert Einstein, he wasn't like the 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 best student. You know what I'm saying? And then you got to wonder, like, damn, like, what if they? I mean, but he had to know math. You know what I'm saying? He had to like know how to like add and shit. He had to know how to fucking do multiplication. You know what I'm saying? It was like back in that time, like the education level was just like on a different level, man. They had to know this shit. Or they might get their hands smacked or some shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. It was like, oh, but that was out in what was it? Austria, Poland, Germany, you know? And then he found himself, after school, after he got out of school or whatever, he had time to think because he worked in a patents office, right? And so I guess when you're around that kind of stuff, it's like, maybe I should start thinking about like new shit, you know? Probably your surroundings make you kind of what you are kind of too. You know what I mean? Like he was around inventive like people or information. Maybe that sparked his creative wit. You know what I mean? It was like, yo, man, all these people like talking about this. Like, what if I was on a ray of light and I just shot a damn bullet. So then the bullet would be going faster than the speed of light, right? And then he was just like, "All right, I know y'all think like the sun and everything is right there, but what if that's relative? What if that's like 8 minutes after, or or what if space bends? What? Are you kidding me? Can you imagine Snoop Dogg and Albert Einstein talking about space bending? I bet they would have a really good conversation, dude. I bet they would. I could imagine, man. Nigga, please. You need to get up on this ganja shit. This endo. This damn Mary Jane. Mary Jane. I bet Einstein smoked weed. Who else is gonna be thinking about like shooting a bullet off of a damn light ray? Unless he was on some like mushrooms or whatever the hell they had back in the day. You know, I wonder if him and what's the dude Van Gogh? No, not Van Gogh. The dude that oh man, what's the philosopher that was like always you know high. What's that dude's name, man? I guess I should know these people. I mean, I do know, kind of, but I don't really know all their theories. But it's the one who was like, Oedipus complex dude. Remember him? Philosopher. Hold on, I want to look this dude up. I gotta find out who it is now because it's like his name is escaping me, and he's like really famous. Um, Oedipus. Where's Oedipus? Sigmund Freud. That's yeah. Yeah, I heard he was like crazy as hell, like high on some shit. Hey, but it's all good, man. Hey, whatever. You pick your heroes, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. It's just some weirdness, man. I guess maybe Owen Benjamin is correct, man. These people are like or are exalted. It's like they're exalted, because of who they're associated with. And it's cool, but it's not kind of too. You know, it's like I don't know. It shouldn't be that much power or that much influence coming from just a few families. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of disturbing if you actually think about it. Um, I mean, a lot of these dudes were related. Um, what was it? Malthus was related to what, Darwin or something like that. If you ever get a chance, you got to check out. What was that? John Taylor Gatto, the Tragedy and Hope series. They looked through they read the book, and then I mean, and that's a big ass book. I got the book, and I'm just like, dang, dude, you gotta study just to get through a paragraph. You know what I mean? It's the reading is kind of like it's difficult. Um, Tragedy and Hope. Who's that on it? Megan Fox. Ah, thank you so much. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I just turned on the thing so that I could see any chats, and I got my girl Megan on. Um, but yeah, man, all these it seemed like, well, but really and truly, if you think about it, back you go, the more it seems like the more related, or the more related you might have been, because there are fewer people, and I guess that was the time when people could just kill people. You know what I mean? It's just be like, okay, you can just, hey, go ahead and take this place over. And I'm not just talking about America. I'm talking about way before that. I mean, places. I mean, people and places just start. I mean, people just hey, they're weak over there. I talked to like somebody and so forth, and they said, yeah, go ransack their ass. You know, and if you ever look at, I don't know, like I said before, I've been kind of fascinated with the Dark Ages because that was a time period in a place in Europe where it was just like mayhem after the Roman Empire fell. You know, that was a crazy time, man. And you talk and we talk like, okay, so right now we talking about slavery, but talking about back then it was like white people and killing the white people for territory, Muslims coming in, invading like France, Germany, and over, and then like the Europeans fighting back and taking back territory. And you talking about like intermixing and taking over like people's like land, and okay, kill all their kids, and then we just gonna like be with all their women, and we're gonna make a new dude. Slavery is bad anywhere it is, and then you talking about the Arabs. I mean, you go through the whole medieval period. Hell, it is good enough, you know. Then you talking about the Arab slave trade, Africans. Dude, man, it's like, and that's just in Europe. I mean, I ain't even talking about the what happened in South Africa, Southern Africa, not South Africa, but South. You know, where they would take over villages and people and make them a part of their people just to have a bigger force. You know, man, I don't know what to say after all that. And then I don't know, maybe it's decadence. Maybe decadence has made us kind of complacent. I don't know, not appreciate what's here. Or is it decadence? Can you call it decadence? I mean, it's not really decadence when you have like a good pop uh, segment of your population not realizing or understanding that they can be better because they believe in that I came from this, and they're being trained that they come from like nothing. If anything, you came from the strongest because only the strongest survived. You know what I'm saying? Think about it that way. From the beginning of time, as we know it, to now, you made it. I was just listening to somebody who was saying that some Africans could hold more water than other Africans, and that's why we got diabetes, yada yada yada. And that's why there's a lot of diabetes and hypertension. And who was that? I want to remember where I heard it from, but I mean I don't know if it's true, but I can understand how differences in people would make them more able to deal with certain situations to where okay, maybe they could last longer without dying in the bottom of a boat, right? Or however you were transported. Maybe it's going across a desert. Only the strongest could survive that, right? Let's say you're being marched across I don't know, wherever, somewhere in Africa where there's a lot of sand and heat. you know, um, from the beginning of time, when there were just few people, I guess you can kind of look at that like, maybe we're kind of related in some kind of way. I mean, if we came from few and now we're a whole bunch, you got to wonder how those DNA um, tests. I mean, I don't know. It just seems like it just seems like our DNA should have more in common. But I know it's complex. Um, but it seems like it's always a way to divide the people. That they always find a way to divide us and keep us away from each other instead of figuring out a way to bring us all together, which is kind of sad because the way I see it, whoever, like, okay, so let's say, okay, so I guess right now, black people are supposed to be the first people because it makes, the science and all this, and carbon dating, this, that, and they were this, that, and the other. Okay, all right, but what if the other reality is true? Either way, some kind of way, I feel like we're all related. Let's say people were white first. Hey, well, then we're all white. Let's say people were black first. Let's say people were brown first. I don't know. I don't care. It's just like, it seems like we were all something first before we were this, before we turned into what we are now. And if we can't get around just that one thing, man, it's just going to be hard trying to move forward at all. I mean, shit, we're all here. Some people just want to tear it all down. And you know what? At some point, I was like, hey, I'm ready for the revolution. Right. But then I'll start seeing the revolution. I'm like, shit, this is a revolution. you know, like, damn, people hitting people with bike locks, people running people over with cars, you know, people tracking people down, doxing people, people doing all kinds of craziness, man. Huh. So, yeah. So, Einstein, when he wasn't a really good student, from what I understood, but once he had time to sit down and kind of imagine a little bit based on, like, there's some things, okay? One plus one is two. Two plus two is four. Four plus four is eight, right? Because you can count that, right? You can just be like, okay, times, if you define multiplication. Let's say you define what things are. If multiplication is a more complex form of of addition, and if a Riemann sum is even more complex form of addition or multiplication, or if powers, exponents, if you can define that, right, then you know what it is. Let me step back for a second. I've been going to these school meetings with the teachers, I guess for about 6 7 years now. Got two daughters, and I'm just like, I don't know. It seems like the more years that go by, it's like I'm more able to recognize when the teachers are just I don't know, maybe it's almost like, okay, it's almost like they have to support the system in a way, but it's kind of hard to tell because they have to, you know. It's like it's like, well, we don't do that anymore. It's not in the curriculum. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, well, and you see all these parents that are frustrated and they're saying the same things every year. Every year they're saying the same things. I feel like I got to go online just to get an education, just to teach my kid how to do this shit, right? And the teachers will go, "Yeah, that's the way I learned to. I learned the what same way you learn. We learn that way. That's not in the curriculum." Da 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 da. Like you talk about math. I'm like, I'm from the school where, okay, sit your ass down and add one plus one 10 times, one plus two 10 times. Okay, all right, you go through like the 12s. And then, okay, now we're going to move on to the multiplication. Okay, now do 12 times 12, 20 times, 12 times 11, maybe 30. You know what I mean? You got certain one. Okay, 7 times 8. You got to do that one about 50 times before you get it. You know, you just sit your ass down and write that shit over and over and over again until you get it. And that was like the building blocks. Okay, once you get this, then we can get that. And it worked, right? Didn't it work? It seems like it worked. I know my multiplication now, at least. Right? I know my multiplication. And I promise you, dude, it's like once you have time to sit down and think about it, a lot of that math shit starts to look, the more math that you're exposed to early in life, the better it is, the easier it is for you to understand the more complex math later in life, but you got to get the basics done first. I feel like sometimes, man, it's like they throwing a lot of stuff at you to see what's going to stick. And nothing's going to stick if you don't get the basics. Now, somehow they taught my kids how to read, but they don't focus much on grammar, spelling, and punctuation. The things that we kind of grew up on. I mean, it's like, wait a minute, how they gonna know how to write, decent sentences and letters if they not learning punctuation and capitalization? You know, if they not learning, like, I don't know, commas, periods, you know, semicolons and colons, participles, past, present, and future. Damn, that seems like that's the building, like the basic building blocks of it. That seems like that's the basics. That's like the minimum, the bare minimum almost. Like vocabulary. Okay, what are these words? These are good words to know. You know, when you start a sentence, what do you do? Okay, capitalize the first word, right? Different words are names of places, people, or things. Capitalize those, capitals, states, this, that, and the other. Now you got to think about it. Okay, but it's like they don't have books to go home with, and that's rough, man. I don't know how I got off on this, but I'm pretty sure. I don't know. I know I said, the more you expose kids to, but you got to have the building blocks, man. And I can damn near guarantee you, based on the curriculum back when Albert Einstein in Germany. I mean, Germany has some smart people, man. They knew, like, the basics back then were different from the basics right now. That's all I'm saying. So he was working with a basic, a base level that could have been just that much higher, even though he wasn't that damn good at it. Maybe in school, after school, he had time to deal with it. It was like, oh yeah, I remember some shit about some damn physics back in high school. What if I was sitting on a ray of light, speed of light, man? You know, he's not thinking about G forces. No, no, I'm on a ray of light, and I'm weightless. I'm the same weight as light. I'm the same weight as the see, I don't even think at that point they even considered that light was a particle and a what do you call it? What is it? A part, like it had mass and it had elements of what is it? Electromagnetic and mass, or if it was like element, it was just it was weightless and I mean it was like a it's kind of like a mix of like two different things, which made it kind of unique. I don't even think they had that thought. I think they thought it was just like weightless at that point. I'm thinking, but that was part of the Einstein thing, relativity. As light flowed through space, well, maybe space was not straight. Maybe it was curved in some kind of way. You know, maybe it was relative because of the you know, it's like that's like some deep shit, man. And these people, they weren't like slouches. That's kind of like assuming that that everybody who worked on the pyramids were slaves and didn't know shit. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I don't know, man. I think that the intelligence went up and then slowly it was like declining, and then things just crashed because civilizations were taken over, you know, and that wealth of knowledge wasn't there anymore to help the world out. Books were burned, you know, things were destroyed. I mean, we've seen that shit in our own lifetime about 7 8 years ago, destroying museums down in was it Egypt? Was it in Egypt? It probably wasn't Egypt. It was it Turkey? It was Syria maybe. Oh, I just remember these radicals were just tearing up a bunch of shit, right? Not giving a damn about what. They just didn't like whatever it was because of the symbolism, what it represented. And it kind of harkens to like right now. You know, are we going through our own Arab Spring, liberal spring? Are they just willing to tear shit up just because they mad? I don't like what that represents. Oh, this harkens back to a time and da 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 da. I'm like, come on, dude. Why don't you get your shit straight for you? Get your shit straight. Stop trying to fix other people. Seems like a good starting point, and this seems like a pretty good ending point. Anyway, that's me. That's D Train. D Train's bunk. Um, tell you what, pretty soon you're gonna be able to go to bunchofbunk.com, drinktimetees.com, djdtrain.com, all kinds of .coms and stuff, and like buy some shit. Just like not right now, because yeah. Anyway, so therefore, on the other hand, nevertheless, word peace.